Sound check, 1 2 1 2. Sound check, Madame Rouge, Madame Rouge. Let me tell you why I don't have music. It's very simple, okay? I ain't no hoe that's gonna get tricked into going to the studio just so you can fuck me while you fuck me. You can waste my time while you try to get in my pants. So if anybody wants to know why I haven't made any music, it's because basically I can't find a producer that really means let's produce music when they say come to my studio. Fucking creeps. They're fucking crazy to think I would do that. I mean, you better have a little bit of cred. You better have a tiny bit of cred, you know what I mean? Hold up, let me blow my nose. 1 second, audience. I'll be right back. What's going on in this world? Okay. So, I kind of wanted to talk about a couple things. One of them is the fact that ever since, well, first of all, my whole life I grew up around hip hop music. When I was young, I have an older brother. He's about 3.5 to 4 years older than me. My whole life, I grew up around him listening to Snoop, N.W.A., Dr. Dre, Warren G, just the oldie but goodies type of hip hop. So when Slim Shady came around, it was I think the first time I heard him, I thought to myself that the radio station, the local radio station here, was just trying to play a joke. It was some radio DJ, who had a song that was trying to promote himself or something. But then I started kind of more paying attention, and I was like, dang, I was like, he's saying more than a radio DJ would say. And then I figured out the whole thing, because if you were around when he first came out, before Rehab, Recovery, Rehash, Retaliation, Revisit, I don't know, before all those came out, there was a time when, it was all about Slim Shady. It wasn't about Eminem, really. As a matter of fact, he and I quote, Shady made me, okay? So, what happened was, when the 8 Mile movie came out, it's it sent the message to every 11 to 17-year-old kid that they could be a rapper, because rapping equals battle rapping, or battling in a battle. Now, let me clarify something, okay? If you are really into hip-hop, if you really know music, you should know that you do not have to be a battle rapper to be a good lyricist. You don't have to battle rap. You don't have to put other people down. You don't have I'm 26 years old. I was done battle rapping by the time I was 21. It's I can only for so many years, pick out what's wrong with you, pick out what's wrong with you, pick out what's wrong with you. It's to me, it's not that fun. It's definitely not as fun as the kind of flow of consciousness that I have when I'm just allowing myself to write out words that I would never say. And that's why a lot of battle rap, and that's why you never heard anybody get famous off a battle. It wasn't yo, check out check out Dr. Dre. He's the best battle rapper on earth. It's I guess there could be a title to go to somebody for that if there was, but battle rapping does not equal good hip-hop music, no matter how good you are at it. I mean, really, I grew up in the midst of Yo Mama. I grew up with In Living Color. I grew up with the wittiest comebacks. So now it's just old to me. It's funny because there's a local MC here named, I think his name is MC Dom or Dome or something, and he's 17. He can't even get into the clubs where he wants to play shows at, yet he's slaying all the adults. So I'd love to see how he would match up against someone like Eminem or Slim Shady. I don't know. It would be nice to know that Slim Shady could make a comeback, but at the same time, it's almost like it was something that happened in a certain time that to bring it back, I don't know. I don't know if that would be. I mean, that would be completely up to him whether or not that was possible. I really try to relate it to myself and think, you know, if I get older and I start to settle down, and I don't want to be called Madame Rouge anymore because Madame Rouge is not just a name, it is an alter ego that I get very much into, very serious about, really. Don't ask me why, because she knows. So, you know, I probably might want people to call me Kim, I guess, maybe when I get older, maybe, I don't know, but for now, I'm priding myself in being Madame Rouge and Slim Shady, not Eminem, not Marshall Mathers, because in all honesty, you don't know him. Slim Shady gave me so much, like, inspiration, because our stories are so parallel that, it just inspired me to say, look, even though I've been bullied most of my life and most of the things that have happened in my life have been less than good, and that's been normal, and I've been happy about that. It's like, at the same time, then it's like, but like I said, all these kids, like 11 to 17, thought being a rapper means battle rapping. It's like, if I tell anybody I'm a rapper who's under the age of like 23, they're like, all right, let's battle right now. Are you a rapper or not? Blah, 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 start talking shit. And it's like, no, man. I think that you just have to get to a certain point within, the system where you either decide, like, whether you're a lyricist or a writer or a comedian or an author. I mean, it's very possible to be all of those things all at once, I mean, many, many people have proved it along the years. So I just think that it's so ridiculous, though, how much people capitalized on that movie 8 Mile, how much they looked at, I mean, how the drama of that and saw it like as reality, which, it was reality, but not your reality, dude. You're in the movie theater. It's not your reality. Stop thinking that you're Eminem. I'm so fucking sick of Eminem fans because all they ever do is pretend to be Eminem. It's like, I'll be damned. This is the first generation of fans of anybody I think I've ever met that pretends to be the person that they like. I mean, I would think if you have any respect for somebody, that you wouldn't do that. Like, don't go on YouTube and say, I'm Eminem, make your username I'm Eminem, or make it, oh, this one guy had his screen name Eminem Goes Hard. It was like, that's a little gay, if you ask me, but whatever, right? And then, it's like, if these guys aren't trying to be Eminem, these little 17-year-old girls are trying to be his girlfriend, so it's almost like in between and all that bullshit, there ain't no time for me to fucking give a shit about no motherfucking Eminem. Slim Shady was the person I used to fucking rock out to. I mean, the only reason I would ever have to get to know Eminem is if I actually met him. So I really want to ask you kids to get your fucking heads out of your assholes. Just for 2 seconds. I know it's dark and it smells good up there to you, but you gotta get out for a second so you can realize that he didn't get to the point he was at by battle rapping. He was a writer. If you ever buy his book, or if you're lucky like me and have somebody buy the book for you, because frankly, I think it's kind of a waste of money, but, I mean, if you can get a hold of it, you should read it, because, you can take that little idea of you being 8 Mile out of your head and look at the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation, which is, you are not who you love, you are not who you like. You are you. You should be inspired at the most. But to then go, see, that's another thing that sucks about the internet, is it's just too misleading, too. To then go online and say, I'm Eminem, no, I'm Eminem, no, I am. It's like, stop listening to the fucking Recovery album, and listen to the Slim Shady LP, and maybe you'll come back here and you'll understand a few things. Because right now you guys are in like emo cry Eminem drama mode, and I really don't like get down with that, because back in the day he used to rap about things besides his wife and his daughter and his mom. There were, he actually used a lot of his life experience and a lot of, perception to write the things that he wrote before he became a marketable product. Now, Eminem, if you're watching, and I know you watch every time, because a little birdie told me, I'm not trying to be fucked up, but it's a true story. And you know that if it's not true, I mean, you don't owe me anything, but it's kind of like I have never really seen the side of humanity in anybody who's come from nothing, and then, once they get something, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna throw it in everybody's face that I have it, and then I'm gonna make them all want to be like me, and then I'm gonna pretend like nobody else deserves a chance besides me. That I am the golden child of the world, and that you are becoming the same person that your mother is slowly, by all the instant gratification, by all the ass kissing going on. See, that's the thing. I think Eminem fans, see, they're ass kissers. They want to be up your asshole. They want to take, the only reason they will take themselves out of their own asshole is to be up his asshole. But other than that, it's like the world doesn't revolve, and it's kind of sad to have to tell like a 21-year-old girl that I really don't think that her and Eminem are gonna be dating anytime soon. Because like some of these chicks are dead set on the fact that it's gonna happen, and it's funny, man. It's funny, but it's sad. It's almost like, hey, you guys want to come with me to mental health so you can get a psychiatric evaluation so I can make sure that, nothing crazy is going to go down here, because Eminem fans are fucking out of their minds, and I think I'm through with Eminem as a whole. As a matter of fact, I really do. As far as his music goes now, as far as him as a person, man, I am not even close to done with that. So, keep watch if you care. If you don't, whatever. I keep reading every time. I have a large body of writing. I am very much a writer, and that's what I pride myself in. And every time I'm gonna read some stuff that I write, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then you might not understand it. I don't know. But let's see if we can find something that I might not have read already on here. Let's see. I didn't think I'd have to fight for my right to live life the way I like. It's not something I'm accustomed to, but within the storm I like it. I like loving you. Maybe fun, but never true. Maybe done, but never knew. They never started in the first place, and comparing life to what they thought they knew. Hate? Honeys, no. I just feel sorry for you. And I don't do that a lot, so I must digress. How about this plot? The diesel got me like the weasel. Popped in the 90s, and why? 'Cause a weasel goes pop. Not music, that shit's so stupid. I wonder if these kids are aging in reverse, like that movie with Brad Pitt, only little brat kids instead, the ones who go online, dedicate their life to someone else's. They're selfish and oh so stupid, we can debate it, but I wouldn't recommend it, at least for your sake. These little girls with braces and a 9th grade heartache, of course they're gonna think Lady Gaga is great, because it's not about Lady Gaga, it's about their own poker faces, displaced in society. It's sad to see many of you little fuckers be douchebags. ICP, Lady Gaga, out to sea on a boat in a pyre. We can wave bye next bye to the next passing thing, because it's hard to be a human being. You can chalk it up to what the fuck you want it to be, but being a pop music fan is easier than being a human being. To all you youngsters who are having funster being a Gaga monster, we'll see sooner or late that she'll be playing Atlantic City with the ace of base, Hanson. She might be the middle one. No haterade, just observate, rethink, then relay. God bless America, corporate hysteria, it varies. It varies, yeah, so I'm gonna go Tupac and remind all you little kiddies to keep your heads up. It's okay to dislike and have your own opinions outside of what you're told. The same fans who thought they found an individual, a real savior, and Lady Blah Blah, you're blah blind. Everything's gone backwards. We went from having to fight for our right to party to having to fight for our right to dislike the group's hype. Kids are running scared. Someone please help me. I just wanted to listen to Boy George, and Lady Gaga fans insulted me, until I finally said I'd be one of them. One of them. One of them. Lady Gaga is like Scientology. I just want music back. Like South Park wanted Chef, and all I'm getting is this bionic metal that smells of rancid pop, plop, plop. Lady Gaga ripped to pieces to be reanimated, bionic and ironically reinstated. Pop and Princess got popped into later Miss Giggity, who got now sharing oxygen with Chef Vader. The likely freckled girl hangs her head in frustration. Such a huge universe, and it feels like just the two of us. But we don't find each other. She bows her head in sadness. Will it ever really exist? Why can't the fates see what's so obvious? Why have I been left to feel left here and not quite sure how to dig myself out? Oh, ruthless fates who play games, when will you ever get serious? Only for a minute, with all that power that's infinite. Would only take a tiny handful of stars to prove to me that you exist. Oh, lack of life in a wondrous planet. You show me your beautiful aesthetic, but now I want the heavens. Pole climbing, dollar diving dancers. What a way to sugarcoat the glass to make a man cut his mouth. People laugh at me. People always laugh at me. I got a girl whose man is in jail. She showed me one of his letters, and we talked about that. You remember that? Because I opened the letter up to the part where he was like, girl, tell me what you gonna do to me when I get out of jail. Not much to say now, no mentioning things I have to think about, nothing to say today, remembering things I have to remember, nothing to tell you, except everything. If I thought anyone cared, I'd make a movie, but alas, a lowly character in the wrong cartoon, where no one seems to know me, don't know me, but know this, you'll see me a lot. I got a feeling that I could do something right here. I got a feeling I can. The fight is necessary, the night is mine to carry and hold until I sink into a hole half breath and half to death, and I wonder if it's real. What I mean by that is textured and vexed reality that's unreal. Appeal to those who are bionic. I'd much rather be psychotic. Maybe not ideal, but I'd first be a brain-dead vegetable before I acted unreal. Sometimes I miss my mom when I think about her sadness, feeling her cry and watching her hug me, telling me how much she has and always will love me. Really quite lovely, don't you think? Well, things aren't always what they think they seem, especially me. Definitely not my cup of tea. I don't like the fear and the feel of losing control. I don't like it there or here. Dr. Seuss didn't like it anyhow. You know, sometimes when I cry, my dad reminds me that I am. Because when I worry, it's always having to realize that no matter how great my dad is, the part of me on that side, I also have half of her. Half a power-crazy monster. How do I keep myself from what that brings? I guess the same way I felt better about other harder things, by facing it without nodding and not let it paralyze me or make me want to do those things. The amazing Pez that makes you forget. Extra, extra, eat all about it. RX turned into ramen, honey. Don't you want a nice steak? He said, no, I want to see how many oxys I can take. Bon appetit, a-hole. Madame Rouge Nation, hope you're ready.